Hey guys, at BV Matson here, and today we've got the frame out in the backyard. We've got some tarp laid down. We've got our air compressor moved out of the shop, and we've got a bag of blasting material. Can you guess what we're doing today? We're sandblasting the frame. Let's get to it. All right, and before we get too far into it, let's take note of all the different emblems. Probably should have grabbed a knife because I'm going to need to cut these off, or I could protect them. Are they worth protecting? Let's see. Let's go through everything. But this thing is going to need to get cleaned up pretty hardcore. The one thing that you really want to make sure that you do is note the different emblems, but then also we want to protect the badge on the front of it. So I'm simply going to get some duct tape over that real carefully, and we'll be good to go on that. So I got a helmet holder and a helmet holder sticker, a caution sticker, and that's all I see right now. So let's tape off some of the stickers. So we definitely want to protect, the plate on the bike. I find duct tape works pretty good for taping these off. It absorbs a little bit of the impact. I'm going to put 2 pieces of tape over the top of it. All right, that should be nicely protected. Then all I'm going to do is grab my knife and cut around it. And then the duct tape's kind of nice because you can just kind of push it around the edge of it. Make sure it's nice and protected. Come down to the bottom end. Cut this off. There we go. Protecting the number on the frame. And there we go. Tape that up. That looks like I did a pretty good job on this end. Don't have to worry about it too much. There we go. Now, as far as these go, these other ones, I think I'm just going to strip them off. You'd be amazed how, like, any kind of a sticker or anything like that is going to really inhibit the sandblaster from doing its work. So we're just going to scrape that one off. Come in here. Let's knock this one off. Yeah, these are real brittle. I actually did see a website where you can find new ones. Look at how nice and fresh that paint is underneath that sticker. That's what we want this thing to look like here. We might get it blasted today. We might get it primed today as well. Scrape that off. And let's go ahead and grab this one as well. All right, guys. Don't mess around. Cover up everything. I got my gloves. I got a long sleeve shirt. Got a mask. I got glass and goggles. Got a hat. Got a towel wrapped around my neck. Particles are coming out of this thing real fast. There's a reason why it's in a freaking cabinet, right? So take all the precautions and you'll be okay. I think it's time to start blasting some material. All right, guys. Look how the sandblaster does here. It's knocking this stuff all out real good. It's going to take some time. I've got a small compressor, so I'm going to have to constantly be recharging it. But the goal is to get everything looking just like that. This is going to be a massive time lapse. All right, guys, let's take a look at what we got. Starting to look pretty damn good. Getting real close. Got to just hit these underside bars, and then I think I'm good. And I'm really focused on getting up inside of there and focusing on any welds that I was seeing, trying to clean those up as good as I possibly can. We're going to keep going. We've been at this for about an hour and a half now. Still a long ways to go. All right. Hey guys, the sandblasting worked out really, really well. Actually had to really power through it here at the end because the rain started coming down. So I'm just going to hit up the rust, kind of the beads and different rust spots with the angle grinder just to clean those up really, really well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hang this bad boy, and we're going to throw a coat of primer on it right away. All right, guys, let's hit this baby with some primer. I think it's ready to rock and roll. Let's do it. Oop, cap always falls off. Why does the cap always fall off? Let's do it. Let's make this thing a really pretty gray. Again, when you're working on these frames, they don't have to be perfect, but what you really want to do is knock all the rust off. All right, just get all of the rust off. That's the most important thing, and especially on any of the welds. Any of the welds that you see, make sure that you do your absolute best to clean any of the rust out of those spots that you can. So I'm just going to give this a nice quick prime. Let that sit up. Give it another coat of prime. And it's a pretty nice day. It's pretty conducive for paint. So, you know, this primer dries really, really fast. Again, it's the frame. The frame's pretty important, so you want to do your due diligence in cleaning everything up as good as you can. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But it's pretty damn close, and it's light years ahead of where it was when we started this morning. So let's go to time-lapse mode while I finish putting a coat of primer on this. Can is starting to sputter on me here a little bit, so I'm going to call this first coat complete. I remembered to put on my mask, which is awesome. Took 1 can to put a coat of primer on this frame. And let me tell you, there are a lot of nooks and crannies when you're working on these. So I think it's really important to look at it on your head, you know, look at it from every conceivable angle, because I've been working on this for, 15 minutes now, and I'm still seeing spots that I missed. So take your time when you're going through the primer. The primer on this frame is really, really important. I'm going to let her chill out. We'll put a second coat on it, and then we'll get to some color. All right, while we let this place kind of air out and let this paint dry a little bit, there's our frame. Looks pretty damn good. Got all that major rust knocked off of it, cleaned it up really good. It's going to be all right. Looking forward to throwing some color on this thing, hopefully this evening. Shake your paint. Primer coat number 2, going on strong. There goes the cap again. All right, can is starting to sputter. Got my second coat on. We're good on the primer. Give it a real good look over. Make sure I haven't missed anything. Again, there's a lot of nooks and crannies on here, but we're going to let this rest. Going to let it rest. And we're going to come out. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight yet or not, but then we're going to come out. We're going to start putting some color on this bad boy, because we got a bunch of parts in the mail. And the can's dying. Make sure I get under here again good. That's all she wrote. Let's take a break. On second thought, guys, I think I'm going to let this primer cure overnight. Probably going to paint it tomorrow night, right? Look at this. Came out fantastic. Really, really pleased, man. The 1972 CL350 is making some progress. And let me tell you, I got a boatload of parts coming. You want to see some unboxing videos? We're going to see some unboxing videos. I have everything but 2 parts to complete the entire bike. I'm excited. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying the videos, maybe you learned something, please give the thumbs up to the videos you enjoy. Also subscribe to the channel. Really means a lot. Also follow along Instagram and Twitter, the CL350 lives on.